Hey, it's Woods with another gear review here. This time we're going to take a look at shackles and talk about the differences and what you should look for when buying a shackle. Most guys just think bigger is better, but that's absolutely not the truth. We're going to dig through some of that stuff right now. Here we have three different shackle sizes. One is a 7/8, one is a 3/4, and one is a 5/8. Believe it or not, I am a firm believer that the smaller the shackle, the better, and I think you should buy the smallest shackle that will be strong enough to support whatever task you're doing. And I'm going to go into some details as to why that is my opinion. First, I'm going to point out some specifications on these different shackles that we're looking at. The small 5/8 shackle is a alloy forged shackle. That means that the steel is of a higher grade than the other two shackles. The other two shackles are a forged carbon steel. The alloy is quite a bit stronger. The 5/8 inch alloy forged shackle has a working load limit of 10,000 pounds. That means day in and day out you could use this shackle through, they test them up to 20,000 cycles, and at 10,000 pounds pulling on this thing, it'll keep going all day long. It has what's called a maximum proof load of 20,000 pounds. That means that you can pull up to 20,000 pounds on this guy and it will not deform, degrade in any way. It has an ultimate load limit of, believe it or not, 54,000 pounds. So you could, you might not be able to get the shackle apart after you pull on it, but it will support 54,000 pounds. So as we can see, this smaller shackle certainly meets any of the requirements that we run into for off-roading and vehicle recovery of Jeeps. To give you some other specs on the bigger shackles, now these are carbon steel shackles. They are still forged, but not alloy. The 3/4 inch shackle has a working load limit of 9,500 pounds. It has a proof load limit of 19,000 pounds and a ultimate load limit of 57,000 pounds. So the ultimate weight is a little bit stronger, and the working load is lower than the 5/8 inch shackle. Now the 7/8 inch shackle is rated at 13,000 pounds as compared to 10,000 pounds on the 5/8 inch shackle. It has a proof load limit of 26,000 pounds and an ultimate load limit of 78,000 pounds. Now, the same 3/4 inch shackle, so the middle one, in an alloy is just about the same strength as that 7/8 inch shackle that you're looking at right there. So you can see that that these smaller shackles, if they're a higher grade, will certainly make a big difference in strength. Now, the reason that I like smaller shackles is not only are they easier to store, they're lighter weight, they take up less space, all that kind of stuff, but here is a typical crush-proof thimble on a winch rope, and when you're going to use these shackles with a winch rope, sometimes you can run into some problems with the bigger shackles. If you need to run, that isn't even close to fitting through. Pin won't go through, so I can't connect using this big shackle to a crush-proof thimble on a winch rope. Now, some 3/4 inch shackles have problems. This one does not. It'll fit both ways. But some 3/4 inch pins are too big and some 3/4 inch bodies are too big. However, this pin is tight enough that these crush-proof thimbles, when they're under full load, they will squeeze down and you'll end up pinching that shackle or that pin inside the shackle. So you'll have your shackle installed like this. You go on a real strong pull and you're going to crush that thimble around the pin, and you have to get a screwdriver in here to pry this thing open in order to get the shackle out. So it can be a real problem. Now, when we're out on the trail doing recovery, I believe that you should never ever be in a hurry. The other side of that coin is that you should never do anything that's going to cause you to be in a hurry. So if you have to use shackles, use something that's small. This guy's a no-brainer. It's got lots of room for the body and the pin. It's not going to pinch. It's not going to cause any delays. We're already under enough stress when we're out there doing recovery. We don't need to do anything to add to it. And another benefit to smaller shackles is they're less expensive than their larger counterparts. So what you'll find is you can get a real high quality shackle. This one's manufactured by Yoke. You can buy these at JeepSWAG.com for a very reasonable price, and you'll be getting more performance at a... So what we've learned here is if you want to look cool, go buy some cheap, big old painted shackles. If you want to be cool, buy some small alloy steel forged shackles. You can get these at JeepSWAG.com. Woods out.